I seek refuge in Allah from the accursed Satan. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. The 22nd word, the first station. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. And Allah sets forth examples for mankind that they may remember. Quran Ibrahim 14:25. The first window. We see by direct observation that all things, especially living beings, have very many different needs and very many diverse wants. Those wants and needs are given to them at a suitable and worthy time, from a place they do not expect, do not know, and cannot reach with their own hands. They are rushed to their aid, whereas the power of those in need cannot reach even the smallest of those countless desired things. Their hands cannot attain them. Look at yourself. How many things that your hand cannot reach, like your outer and inner senses and their necessities, are you in need of? Compare all living beings to yourself. Thus, just as all of them, one by one, bear witness to a necessary being and point to His Oneness, their collective state, just as the light of the sun points to the sun, that state and this condition show the intellect that behind the veil of the unseen, there is a necessary being, a single, unique one, with the titles of all generous, all merciful, nurturer, and disposer of affairs. Now, O ignorant denier, and O heedless sinner, with what can you explain this wise, all-seeing, and merciful activity? With deaf nature, with blind force, with stupefied coincidence, with powerless, inanimate causes, can you explain it? Yes? How was that? The first window. We see by direct observation that, yes, we see by direct observation, bir müşahede görüyoruz ki. What does that mean? It means when we open our eyes, we can see these things. They are not imaginary things. We see by observation. This is contemplation. Since this is the path of contemplation, you will not search for Allah inside your head. You will search right before your eyes. You will search in the things you see before your eyes. You will search for their master, their artist, their creator. For example, the intellect is not visible, right? But the manifestation of the intellect is visible. From a person's speech, his walk, the work he does, from the manifestation of his intellect, you understand that he is intelligent. It is understood from its manifestations. The universe is also filled with works that have emerged through the manifestations of so much power, knowledge, and so on. These two, for instance, he gives the example of the sun. You don't see the sun itself, but you see a day illuminated by the sun. You see a world filled with its light. So where do these come from? They come from a source. They point to the source. The things he describes here are also happening right before our eyes. For these things to be possible, there must be a doer behind the veil of the unseen. It's not possible for them to happen on their own, by coincidence. We see by direct observation that all things, especially living beings, have very many different needs and very many diverse wants. All things, especially living beings, have many needs, many wants. Those wants and needs are given to them at a suitable and worthy time, from a place they do not expect, do not know, and cannot reach with their own hands. They are rushed to their aid. For example, what does a person need? He needs oxygen. At every moment, every second, as soon as he opens his mouth, the air contains, let's say, 21% oxygen. exactly the amount he needs. If it were 31%, it wouldn't work. If it were 11%, it wouldn't work. He encounters oxygen in precisely the amount he needs. He needs the sun. The sun is immediately ready and waiting. He needs water. You look, and God Almighty makes water gush from mountains, springs, streams, and fountains. And it's very strange. Water will come out of the ground. It could be dirty, it could be clean. The probability of it being dirty is higher. All sorts of water, beneficial or harmful, could come out of the ground, right? But look, perfectly clean water comes out containing the substances man needs in the exact amounts needed. We drink it from the mountains and places without a second thought. Black, dirty water could also flow from there, but it never does. And the things beneficial to man come in the amounts needed. Now, it's not just coming, it is being sent. You look at the trees, the fruits. We must eat them. You look, and they are perfectly suited for us. The things that come from the soil are perfectly suited for us. You look at the animals, the chicken, its egg, its milk, its meat, its honey, and whatnot. They come perfectly suited for us. Wherever you look, light comes from there. Look at the sky, rain comes, oxygen comes. Look at the ground, look at the sea. What is being done? Those wants and needs are given to them at a suitable and worthy time, from a place they do not expect, do not know, and cannot reach with their own hands. They are rushed to their aid. For example, I love the cargo package analogy. A package arrives, for instance, you open it, it's a pair of pants. You look, and they fit you perfectly. Another package arrives, you look, it's sugar, exactly right for you. Something else comes, whatever comes fits you perfectly. Could this be a coincidence? It means you are known. It is being made according to you. It is being sent according to you. We look at the earth, at the universe, and whatever comes to us fits us perfectly. Then it is not coming. It means it is being sent, right? Those wants and needs from a place they do not expect, do not know, and cannot reach with their own hands. For instance, in the mother's womb, the child's needs are given directly through something, the umbilical cord, from the navel, right? There is no, he comes into the world, and this time, from touch-activated faucets, the same needs are given again. Is the child aware? Is the mother aware? Right? Those wants and needs are given to them at a suitable and worthy time, from a place they do not expect, do not know, and cannot reach with their own hands. They are rushed to their aid, whereas the power of those in need cannot reach even the smallest of those countless desired things. Their hands cannot attain them. Look at yourself. How many things that your hand cannot reach, like your outer and inner senses and their necessities, are you in need of? For example, what do we need in terms of limbs and organs? Do we need feet? Yes, they have been given. What would happen if we didn't have feet? We couldn't walk. Look, feet have been given. Do we need hands and arms? Look, they have been given. Do we need to see? Look, eyes have been given for seeing. Do we need to hear? Ears have been given. That is whatever we need. Move on to the internal organs. Do you need a stomach? Yes. That is your outer and inner. How many organs that are visible from the outside or inside do you need? Plus their necessities. Why do I need a stomach? It has been given. Do we need intestines? I think that's the most important thing. How will the things you eat get into your body? Look, we need a stomach. It has been given. We need the things to put in our stomach. Those have been given too. Whatever we need is being given, right? We need oil, is given. We need coal, is given. We need wood, is given. We need electricity, is given. Whatever is needed, God Almighty has prepared it. When the time comes, He sends it. It's not dinosaurs died, piled on top of each other in an airless environment, and their fat became oil. I mean, if you have another fairy tale, let's hear it, right? Number, how many cars are there in the world right now? They are moving every minute. How many tons for years? How many seas are there? Piles of wood became coal, and so on. Someone who knows man, who sees man's needs, should draw a veil. You are a guest in a house, for instance. You are about to sleep, and you see there is a couch. You need a pillow and a blanket. You lift it, and a pillow and blanket come out from inside. You get hungry, you go to the fridge. There is cheese, olives. You are thirsty, there is water. Would you say, what a great coincidence that all my needs have been gathered in this house? I mean, right? It has been specially prepared, specially furnished. Look at yourself. How many things that your hand cannot reach, like your outer and inner senses and their necessities, are you in need of? Compare all living beings to yourself. Thus, just as all of them, one by one, bear witness to a necessary being and point to His oneness, their collective state, just as the light of the sun points to the sun, that state and this condition show the intellect that behind the veil of the unseen, there is a necessary being, a single, unique one, with the titles of all generous, all merciful, nurturer, and disposer of affairs. Just as the light of the sun points to the sun, right? How do we know the sun has risen? It means if it's light outside, the sun has risen, right? It means the sun exists. Just as the light of the sun points to the sun, that state and this condition show the intellect that behind the veil of the unseen, there is a necessary being, a single, unique one, with the titles of all generous, all merciful, nurturer, and disposer of affairs. For instance, on this point of needs, in the sixth matter, there is something, right? For example, when talking about animals, He gives them the things they need. Is the flashes here? Look, let's put a small paragraph from there. How so? For instance, when a person goes into the army, he is given equipment there, right? Clothes are given. Then shoes. Let's not say shoes, what is it? Boots or something. Just as a miraculous commander of an army, which contains 400,000 nations, and for each nation the provisions it desires are different, the weapon it uses is different, the clothes it wears are different, its training is different, and its equipment is different, provides all the different provisions, various weapons, clothes, and equipment for all those different nations by Himself, without forgetting or mixing up any of them. That wondrous army in its encampment, without a doubt and self-evidently, point to that amazing commander and make him loved with appreciation. Exactly so, in the encampment of the face of the earth, and in the new divine army which is conscripted anew every spring, 1,000 different kinds of clothes from the nations of plants and animals. For instance, are clothes given to every animal, right? Clothes are given to every tree. Then the clothes are according to its needs. For example, if it lives in the sea, how are its clothes? Right? A bit more shelled, according to the water. Then, if it's on land, if it's a reptile, or whatever, look, Clothes are given, and according to that need. Then their provisions are given, their sustenance is given, esliha. What does esliha mean? Their weapons. Are weapons given? Does the bee have a weapon? Right? They all have weapons. There is nothing without a weapon. To defend itself, to do things. If one doesn't have a weapon, what does God Almighty give it? He gives it fleet-footedness. It runs, for example, right? He gives speed. To another, he gives a beak. To another, claws. To another, something else. He gives venom, right? It squirts it. It does something. That is, weapons are given, training is given. Training, right? When these things are done, God Almighty has put them all through training. That is from education. Their discharges are extremely perfect and orderly, without forgetting or mixing up any of them, given by a single commander-in-chief. To what degree the spring encampment of the globe of the earth is greater and more perfect than the aforementioned human army and encampment, to that degree does it make known the globe of the earth's ruler, its lord, its disposer, its absolute commander, to those who are attentive and have sound minds. With the measure of the military science you will read, with astonishment and sanctification. It makes him loved with praise and glorification. Now, O ignorant denier, and O heedless sinner. Ignorant denier, heedless sinner. Yes. What does it mean, ignorant denier? That is ignorance. He doesn't see. He doesn't see that so many needs are being provided. He denies. What does heedless sinner mean? Sinner, fasik. From sinfulness, fisk. Heedless means heedless of the truth. That is, when one is heedless of being in Allah's presence, of Allah being ever present and all-seeing, that also causes sinfulness. It results in sin. Ignorance results in denial, and heedlessness results in sin. With what can you explain this wise, all-seeing and merciful activity? With deaf nature, with blind force, with stupefied coincidence, with powerless inanimate causes can you explain it?